In this 6th episode of our Communal Property Essential series, I'm going to give you 4 tips to increase the attendance at your next annual general meeting and why this is so important. You don't need good attendance at your annual general meeting. While under the law you're required to have quorum, which is 50% of the eligible owners in attendance, either in person or by proxy, there are measures within the law that allow you to proceed with lower than this 50%, providing you follow the quorum steps within the regulations. But low owner participation in the AGM has its own problems. Owners who are not aware of the challenges faced by your committee and the steps that your committee are taking to overcome them are far less likely to be supportive of the committee. Uninformed and unsupportive owners are reluctant to pay anything more than the absolute minimum, and are even at risk themselves of not paying their fees on time or at all. So let's go through 4 steps that you can take to increase the attendance at your next annual general meeting. No one wants to sit through a 3-hour PowerPoint presentation giving every minute fact and itemising every single expense. Of course, you have a legal requirement to present the accounts, so I suggest you do this in 2 ways. First, create a detailed annual financial report which can be inspected at the meeting and is sent out within the minutes. And the second step is to create a summary presentation where you provide the key facts. Limit the financial summary presentation to the annual total figures and make use of images and easy to follow graphs to get that important information across. At the meeting, include some stories detailing any major challenges the committee faced over the last 12 months and how you overcame those challenges. Pictures really do help with this. You should also emphasise the importance of your owners' ongoing support and participation in their buildings, and detail any challenges that you predict that you may face over the next 12 months, and most importantly, how your committee plan to deal with them. Unless you have an apartment building with 10 apartments or less, I strongly advise against holding your AGM in one of the committee members' apartments, or worse, in the car park or around the pool of your building. Think about it, it doesn't really give a good professional impression of a meeting reviewing what is the committee's operation of valuable property. Also, you'll likely struggle if you want to use visual aids such as projectors, live streaming videos, and so on. If you plan to hold your meeting near the property's location, speak to your local hotel or restaurant or bar to see if they've got meeting facilities or an events room which you can use. If you pick a time when they're normally empty, you can usually negotiate a much lower rate or even ask for a room for free. Many venues will give these rooms away free, knowing that the attendees will use the other facilities like the bar and the restaurant, and it's also a good way to promote their venue in the local area. If the majority of your unit owners don't live in the building or in the local area, consider setting the meeting location to a place that's convenient to the majority. There's no rule under the regulations that state you must have the AGM in or near to your building. In fact, every year I attend lots of AGMs in the UK, which makes sense for those buildings as most of the unit owners live in the UK. One of the great advancements in the last few years is the ability to live stream your meetings to unit owners who are unable to attend in person. There are many platforms that allow you to do this, and many of them offer a free or low-cost option. Attendees can watch a live stream video, ask questions, participate in voting, but the only warning that I would give on this is the regulations were drafted before the internet really existed in the mainstream. So to make sure you don't fall foul of the quorum or voting rules, I would suggest you make it a requirement that anybody who wishes to attend via the live stream must also submit a written proxy for someone who will be physically at the meeting. One of my favourite ways that a committee can increase attendance is hosting an owner event to coincide with the meeting. This is because it has a second benefit in that it creates a community spirit, which is a key part of a healthy building. So why not hold an annual barbecue, pub quiz, race night, dinner and dance, or whatever takes your fancy, and before this annual event, hold your annual general meeting. This will get more people to attend and get them talking with each other. Building relationships between owners is really important, and it garners respect for their fellow owners and the management committee. Now that you know how to increase attendance at your AGM, the next thing is how to organise the election of the management committee for the next year. And I'm going to be covering that exact subject in the next episode of the Communal Property Essentials series. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, you can click on the subscribe button below, and don't forget to hit that bell icon to make sure you're notified when new videos are released. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I do check these and will answer them. I'm Russell Flick from the Cyprus Communal Guide, where we help you unlock your building's true potential. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.